thank you, Jeff and Andy, for that one. Did you know I recorded that? I can't remember.
I think it's possible with
I
the
can't remember whether you have my CD.
efficiency and research skills
Yes.
of living room requesters, serial requesters such as Jeff and Andy.
Yes.
They know what songs were previously not only on patriciahammond.com/requests, but previously released compact disc digital audios.
Well, yes. In 2002 I made a CD, my very first. It was called what's it called? Le Charme, and it was my favorite French salon songs, and this was one of them.
And it's possible to request
It's the first
songs. Now we say please don't request the same.
Since.
You can request the same that's already been on living room requests because we can do differently. But we request that ideally you choose something different. But you are welcome to choose something from our CDs or Patricia's earlier CDs. Basically because anything. They're there.
Basically anything. You might have been curious to see what it sounded like more than 20 years after the fact, what it sounds like now.
Yeah.
Same key.
You can buy that CD on a link in the description.
You can, there's a few left.
But it was not played upon
the
baritone ukulele in B major.
No, it was very funny because Matt was intent on doing it on something that he said, has anybody done it on guitar? And there were so many. And they went, what about harp?
And harp and accordion.
So many. Accordion, not so many, but a few. And he's like, okay, well, it's either oud. And then he thought baritone ukulele. And I went, nah. But then he convinced me by doing this tremolo. Like, what would you call that?
Especially in the classical guitar world. No, they did it.
Classical baritone ukulele
They did it
world.
back I'm actually not sure the very first time it was published in sheet music for a guitar-like instrument, but I've certainly seen it in 18th century guitar music. No doubt it did occur in lute music, but I haven't actually seen it. But tremolando. So you sort of create the feeling of sustain, but there's actually a gap. So the melody in the melody is not a constant da. There are actually gaps. So if I play the pattern really slowly, you'll hear that there are actually gaps. But it sort of creates a smoother effect, especially if you're good at it, which I'm not.
You are? Sound fine to me.
It is one of the things in classical guitar or classical string.
He doesn't have long nails. I don't know how he manages it without the long nails.
That is one thing that the nails help for. But of course, most guitarists did not have nails in the days of the classical guitar pioneers such as Eduardo Carcesi and whatnot at the end of the 17th century. So, they didn't actually hear that. But of course, it's easier to do it on the guitar, not the baritone ukulele, because the string's a little thicker, so you can.
Well, he made a case for it. It's very interesting, actually. I was really, and it also allowed me, because I guess one of my big things that I can do, that like some singers are very, very loud, some singers are very, very, rock solid, and they always do the same thing reliably. Some singers are particularly sort of open-hearted and vulnerable. My thing, I think, is subtlety. Unfortunately, it's not a very marketable feature. Can't make a career on subtlety, but it is one of my things. And this song, and in fact the whole genre of the turn of the century, so French salon song, Belle Époque, that sort of subtlety is really what I love, and I think I can do. So actually it plays to my strengths, but such strengths as they are, nobody noticed except for you lovely people. That was great, because I haven't had a chance really to sing that since I made the CD back in 2002. Like I say, copy's still available, but £10. But full texts and translations, I insisted. They were like, oh no, you can't do that, it'll cost more. And I said, yeah, but I want people to have words. That was before you could just go on the internet and just go, yeah, what's translation? But who's going to do that? You can sit down, curl up like as with a poetry book. It's got 16 pages, I believe. It's very extravagant. Maybe 18 pages. Anyway, Jeff and Andy, thank you so much for that. I think that was my gift from you, because playing Aloha Oi.
I was just exploring the technique. I was listening.
The microphone's down there so that we can pick this quiet instrument up. So you're probably hearing exactly what he's doing right now. Usually the microphone's up there, so you wouldn't hear this little noodling happening. But you're
I'm very, 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 very grateful for that. And it was an opportunity to do something quite different on what is a very, very recorded and put into the public sphere
when did
piece
this
of
song
classical
get
music.
so famous? Because recently, because it wasn't
More versions of this, and even than da da dee da da dee dee, even more than that. Or
what's that? Didn't recognize it.
Terrible.
What was it? What was it? You just
I just can't remember the harmony. Sorry. Long decay.
Berceau.
Petit Verso. Can't remember the word.
Le long du quai des grands vaisseaux, que la houle incline en silence.
Yeah.
No, surely not. I think that's more well known and more often done. Than
When I searched for
Exquise.
that, when I searched for that on guitar and harp and that, there weren't as many people on YouTube.
Okay,
doing
guitar and harp perhaps, but because of this thing's sort of pointillistic.
So I wonder if we can ascertain. Therefore,
I see.
the
So
more versions on the non-piano instruments, therefore it's just more popular.
Okay.
Anyway, need to end the video
so
there. But
that you can
if you're
get on with
interested
your
in
lives.
having lessons on any plucking instruments that I play on these videos, please go to mattredman.co.uk/lessons.
/lessons.
And just send me a message there and we can talk about it. It's by video only, not in person. So don't worry wherever you
in
are.
the world. Not even in London, you don't have to brave your way across
No, that's true. And if
London.
you want to if you want to request your own living room request, just like Jeff and Andy have done tens of times, please go to patriciahammonds.com/request. That's linked in the description, isn't it?
It is, and
just
it's working now. It was down for a few
all
days.
the places that Patricia sells her clothes, like eBay.
We don't need to.
When I say subscribe, am I right in thinking it's actually there? Yeah, it is.
It is there.
There. Subscribe and like the video.
Thank
you got this far,
much.
wish they didn't.
No.
Bye bye.
And goodbye.